It's pretty crazy. Like, they'll just blow the bridge up and leave it there. I mean, it's a good fish habitat area, I guess. This is Exploring with the Doug. My name is Jeremy, and today we are going to take a deep dive into the side scan sonar to show you guys really what I'm working with. So we are in Charlotte, North Carolina. I got Adam Brown Adventures with me, as always, on our week-long adventure. Today, due to popular demand, people want to know how this sonar actually works, because we see cars all the time. We see stuff that we know what it is, but people are like, that looks like a frog. I've literally had somebody look at it and go, that's a frog sideways. He's looking, you know, and I was like, no, that's a car. They go, it's a frog. I've had this argument. It's crazy. But, so what we're going to do is today, we're going to be searching for cars. There's a lot of missing people in Charlotte. And Nigel, if you remember that video, he went missing and he lived here in Charlotte. We didn't even know that until after the video was over. So if we might come across a car, this might change the whole dynamic of the video. So before we get the boat in the water, let's take a nice, long, beautiful look at where we're at today. Okay, so we're out on the river, playing around with the sonar, getting it all dialed in, and beautiful day. So pretty much I just want to show you guys exactly what I'm working with here, so check it out. So this is the sonar I'm using. It is a Garmin EchoMap 126SV. And I also have Panoptix, which is the live scope on the side, and I use that pretty much to pinpoint where the car is. But today we're going to talk about just the side scan sonar. And right now we're cruising down the river at like 1.3 miles an hour. We're just going with the flow, really. Over here on the side, you got like the details of the water. We've got 12.7 volts coming off the battery. 2 miles an hour. The water is 56.49 degrees. And the water is 12 feet deep. These numbers down here on the side, that is the type of transducer I'm using. And the, I guess it's the frequency. And 1070 is what I usually use. It's like it's really detailed and better. If you go to deeper waters, the other frequencies are better, but I really haven't messed with it that much. Now, a boat just went by and his wake is heading towards us. Now watch this. Once his wake gets to us, you're gonna be able to see these squiggly lines. Now watch this here. Now you notice how the top's getting wavy and moving around? That's because the wake just hit us. So let's just say a car popped up right now in the middle of all these waves. You're gonna have to decipher if that's a car or not with all them squiggly lines in it. So you gotta think about that also. If you're going in a perfect line with no chop, you're gonna get a perfect picture of a car. But if there's a car right here, it's gonna be distorted, so you gotta remember that if you're searching for cars or anything else. Lots of other questions I get is, Jeremy, how come the car is cut in half? That means one side of the car is on one side of the screen, the other half is on the other half. Looks like it got split right down the middle. The reason for that is we went right over the center of the car. So that means it's looking straight down, and it looked at one half of the car on that side and one half of the car on that side. Now, if it was more on this side, we would just see we'd see the car on like the left or the right side. So if we went directly over the car, it would literally be split in two, but that doesn't mean there's two cars down there. That just means we went right over the top of it. Over here, you'd see the whole car, nothing over here. That's how that works. Other questions that I get are, what is up with the black in the center? And that is what's called the water column. Now, I'm gonna be honest with you, it still confuses me. But in a nutshell, we're running at 11 feet, let's say 12 feet deep, right? So over here is 0, and then there's 20. So you can let's see if we let's zoom out. There we go. So now we're shooting 50 feet each way. So now you can see in 5 feet increments, it's just past the 10-foot mark, 12 feet deep. So right about there, right about there, we're looking at 12 feet, all right? So essentially the sonar shoots straight down and out. So as it's going down, it's water column. It's black, it's nothing. And then it shoots out And I guess 12 feet deep is when it starts catching sonar. Now, I ain't gonna lie to you. I have no idea what that even means. Now, here's what I don't know. Are we missing, like, is that water column, like, is there a black space? Is there, like, will we miss something in deeper waters with all that water column? Or is, like, 12 feet right here, is that literally what's under the boat? So are we missing something or are we not? You guys tell me in the comments below about that one, because that one I don't know. The whole water column thing still confuses me, so I don't know if, like, I'm missing stuff or not. But either way, that's just, you know, just keeping it real. Now, from the beginning, see, I already started talking about this with the side scan running, but let's go all the way back to the beginning here. Now, when you turn on your sonar, this is your home screen, and this is what it's going to look like. You got your navigational charts, like if you click on this, there's a fishing chart, navigational chart, and then you got this 3D perspective and 3D mariners. That's just fancy 3D version of these. I tend to use the navigational chart a lot just because it tells you, you know, it's really detailed and it's really cool. It tells you the depth of the water you're in. This is the river we're in right now. It's the, I mean, it tells you the counties, and it shows you the path we've taken. And over here on the side, obviously it's really shallow. Right here in the middle, 14, 16, 20 feet deep. It shows you like no wake area. There's a lot of detail in here. This one really helps. So it's cool to combo this up with your side scan. And when I say combo, you mean you can go over here and combos. They have pre-built combination or combo screens, and then they have ones that I made. The Combo 7 is the one I use a lot. And that way I have my navigation going and my side scan. And so I can kind of keep track of where I've been. And if I want to see a bigger screen, I just simply tap it and it brings it up. And then you go back and you can do vice versa with the other screen. You tap that, now you got full side scan sonar. And if you're curious, you can go back and see your path, see where you're heading, and if you should stay out of that place because it's like too deep or something like that. We also have the pan optics plugged in and set up. And this video, I'm not going to play with it, but I will show you. Essentially, you click and you're good to go. This is the, let's see here. This is like the perspective mode, which basically looks in front of you and it can see everything. You know, I take it back since I got this thing out, so I'll stick it in the water and show you guys what I'm looking at. Put it in the water just a little bit, and if there was anything in the water to look at, we'd be able to see it right here. But this is live sonar, so if like a big old fish swam right in front of us, we'd be able to see it. So it helps narrow down like where the schools of fish are, so you can cast out there right into the fish. This is like a serious next level fishing item. It's almost like cheating, to be honest with you. On the main screen, we also have gauges and active captain. Active captain I haven't played with much, but essentially you can use your wireless network on your phone, and you can use all the features on your phone, like to run your sonar and interactive and stuff. Like I said, that might be like another part of this video because I don't want to like overwhelm you with sonar stuff. It also has gauges. You can go in here. Some of these gauges, like pretty much just the basics. GPS speed, heading, position, max speed that I've been going. I guess I've had it up to 14 miles an hour so far. I think I've been faster than that, but you know, we got like the compass if you want to look at that, see which way you're going. A lot of these things aren't hooked up, like engine, the environment, like the wind speed. I don't have any of that hooked up. I don't have that tool that I guess you would put on the top of your boat. It's some next level stuff too that I just don't have yet. So if we go back into sonar, which is the main part, we got all these cool ones. We got the traditional, which I have no clue how to use, but essentially, you know, you recognize it. I've never used this. Only time I use this is if I'm trying to like narrow down if I'm on top of a car, because it'll throw a line, you know, essentially showing me that I'm over the vehicle. So it's easy to kind of narrow down where the vehicle's at. And we also got the clear view, which is down imaging. This is the one that's shooting straight down, so if we go over something, we'll be able to like see it, like a car, for instance, or rocks or any other kind of structure. We got the side view, which you guys know about, or you can combo them up. Like they got built ones, like this one has the I don't even know what you call this, the chirp. And then we got our other down scope. We got all kinds of cool stuff here, but there's lots of stuff I don't know what it is either. Split frequency, flasher. I have no clue what this is, but I'm sure there's people out there that totally understand what we're looking at. No idea what I'm looking at. I mean, a crash course in what the sonar is and how it works, but what we're focusing on today is like looking at the side scan sonar and what are you looking at and how can you like identify stuff in the water. So we're gonna cruise along here. If we see anything, I'll show you guys and explain it to you how it works. Right now, while we're looking at it, there's nothing in the water, but you can immediately tell it's not rocky. All these lines right here on the side, that's literally the river current is pushing like sand dunes down underwater. Now we're shooting 100 feet each way, so 100 feet out that way and 100 feet out that way is what we're looking at right here. And it's nothing but sand and mud. So if there was a car or a boat or anything right here, we'll be able to see it really, really good. So let's keep cruising here. Let's see if we can find something to look at, and I'll show you guys if I see it. So we're fixing to go underneath this bridge, and I'm gonna try and center it right in between the pillars. I'm gonna show you guys what it looks like on the sonar. Check this out. So we're going under the bridge right now, and you can see on each side are the pillars. And they're about 50 feet away from us, so you can see there's about 50 feet. And there are the pillars. Obviously, all these black bars behind the pillars are blind spots because the sonar can't go through concrete. And then it looks like on the other side of this bridge are remains of an old bridge that they blew up and just left the remains laying here. You can see the pillars right there. You can see all the other stuff right here. It's pretty crazy. Like, they'll just blow the bridge up and leave it there. I mean, it's a good fish habitat area, I guess. Not really, you know, anything hazardous in there. So, but yeah, you can see all this rubble over here that they blew up the bridges. Pretty cool. In a nutshell, that's my sonar for you guys. I mean, it was like a serious crash course, right? Because I'm like, I don't sell those things, so I'm like, I don't really know. I'm not sponsored by Garmin or anything. I don't really know how to like push it. But I mean, we know that Jared, he uses Humminbird. We know that Britton, he's been using a Lowrance. You don't know what you want to get. You know, you're leaning towards a Humminbird or a Garmin. But they're all great pieces of equipment. I think Humminbird is the leader in side scan sonar. But you've seen how good mine works, and I don't know, I just like Garmin as a whole. So wink, Garmin, if you're watching this, you know, give me a jangle. But other than that, I mean, you guys asked me the questions. If you got any more questions on these things, I know I burned through a lot of it, so I probably made you more confused than questions answered. But either way, hit me in the comments below, send me some messages online. I'll answer your questions the best I can, or I'll make a part 2. So that does it for me. We are out of here. We're going to move on to the next missing person case, see if we can find them. But until we meet again, my name is Jeremy, and I'm out.